Testing. We should be good to go. Testing. Hey everyone, welcome to 996 Owl, another live. We're doing it live. I finally figured out that website and we're gonna be talking about a lot on this live. Sorry, didn't give a heads up earlier. I really don't know when I'm doing these until like a couple hours before. I don't want to do it on a game night, so I got to find a night off. And then, I stay up till 1 a.m. watching the Leafs Mammoth game. So I was kind of exhausted today, but got some energy and we're going to do it. We're just going to keep it pushing and try to do it. You could go in the chat. We could talk. We could hang out. Most people will watch the VOD, and I know a lot of people did watch the previous one. I think this is my fourth live now. So let's just jump right into it. And we're going to start with an unfortunate channel update. Very, very unfortunate. So I'll be missing. How many games will I be missing? I'll be missing 5 games missing at the end of January. The Panthers game, Hurricanes game, Stars game. So that's three. And then 2 homes. At least these are away. Well, these two are away. Then I'll miss 3 home games: the Stars, the Canucks, and the Red Wings. I tried to go on vacation during the Olympic break, and I am, but we had to push it up a little bit ahead of the Olympics. So I will be missing 5 games. I'll try to watch them. I don't even know if it's even possible. I'll for sure be in the sky in the Panthers game. Maybe I could get Wi-Fi on the plane. Who knows? But, I'll try. I'll have some content loaded up and scheduled to upload on YouTube. That's gonna be a little bit weird because I'm gonna do some stats. There's gonna be like a Nick Schmaltz episode, a Hayden episode, what we're gonna do with them. So those stats are gonna be like 5 or 6 games not included, but it shouldn't matter. Like, I doubt we decide on Schmaltz in those 6 games, so there'll be a Schmaltz, a Hayden, for sure an Olympics one. That's an easy one to get through. Someone suggested, how are current Mammoth players that we acquired from other teams, how are they performing compared to when we acquired those players. So I'll have some videos loaded up throughout the Olympic break, and then maybe I'll have a special treat when I come back. For sure, I'll be back for that Avalanche Mammoth game. Such an unfortunate channel update. Hopefully, you guys don't find someone new that does what I do better. So we're gonna start this live stream with a trade rumor. I found this yesterday, and the website looks pretty like legit, but apparently it's just fake. Like obviously it's fake, but not obviously. Like this looks professionally done. So it's hard to know what is real and what's not out there on the internet these days. So this is a mock trade or a trade rumor where the Utah Mammoth are going to receive Dougie Hamilton, defenseman from the New Jersey Devils, and the Devils are going to acquire Nick Schmaltz, Nate Schmidt, and a draft pick. I'm not going to read the blurb. I'm just going to just go off the cuff here. Depending on what that draft pick is, I don't really like this because if you look at Dougie Hamilton's stats right now, he's underperforming, and he kinda goes back and forth, up and down, whether he wants to decide he's an offensive defenseman or not. He's also 32 years old, so he's kind of out of that window of players we like to acquire, and he's got a few years on his contract left as well. Could check, Puckpedia for that. He makes 9,000,000 a year. So you get him for 2.5 seasons if you get him at this trade deadline. You get him for years 6, 7, and half of 5. So we'll go back to his stats. Only 16 points in 42 games. Last year, only 25 points. It's like he's struggling offensively. Is it that the whole Utah Mammoth team right now is just struggling offensively? And I get Nick Schmaltz, he's an unrestricted free agent. I don't know what happens behind closed doors if Utah is gonna move on from Schmaltz. I don't want them to. I'll go deep dive on that in the Schmaltz video, but if Bill Armstrong knows, "Hey, we can't re-sign him, we're not going to," then yes, you would have to look at trades. But, for Dougie Hamilton, 32 years old, struggling, $9,000,000 cap hit, Like you should save that money for someone more in their peak coming into their prime. I'm not sure about that. Nate Schmidt. I feel for me, Nate Schmidt is going to be Ian Cole's replacement. We have Cole for one for this rest of the season, and then that's it. He's going to be that veteran presence in the back end. Back end, I like how Schmidt is playing, reliable, and he's chipping in offensively as the season's been going on. He's getting more confident to play in the offensive zone. So, not sure about parting ways with Nate Schmidt so soon. We just got him in the offseason and free agency as well. So it doesn't really make sense to me there. And then let's just look at the team overall. It's been a while since I've looked at it. We're almost at the 50 game progress report. So we're at game what, 47? Yeah, 47 or 48. Yeah, it says it right here. 47 games played. So obviously we always talk about the top five, but there's some other players I want to take a look at. Like Carconi for sure. Boot. I'm pretty sure Daniel Boots got his first multi-point game last night against the Leafs, which is great to see. Yeah, 2 points. Has he ever done that? I'm pretty sure he hasn't. Come on. Yeah, it's his first multi-point game of his very young NHL career. Just getting put on a line with Paterka. We'll see. Imagine like Paterka and Boot, they sync up and they do some damage. I want to look at Carconi. He's having a great bounce back here, and yeah, you could already see he's 2 points behind last year's totals in not too fewer games. It's not like Kraus where he's already eclipsed last year's totals in like 40 games, but he's eclipsed last year's goal totals already in 8 less games played. And Carconi is having a great year. They need to resign Carconi as well. 29 years old. He's not going to demand much money. I think he deserves it. He earns it. And with Utah, you could always use more depth forwards. Like having Carconi in the future as a fourth line winger, making $3 or $4 million would be great, man. This guy competes in and out every other night or every game. Then we'll look to get Marino and Schmidt I talked about, but I want to see his points. I feel like they're just gobbling up points here. And Ian Cole as well. I keep seeing him getting assists. So I want to look at their stats as well. Oh, look at Marino. Is this John Marino? Yeah, he's already he's eclipsed last year's point totals a while ago. 7 points up, and he's got 3 goals on the season. Great job by Marino. Is it a career high? Almost, he's 5 points away from a career high. 26 points with Pittsburgh. He's I see him in the stat lines almost almost every goal. So we'll go to Nate Schmidt, veteran D-man, 14 points on the season. Wow, he's almost going to eclipse last year with Florida, which was an amazing team. Obviously, they won the cup, but in like 30 less games played, he could eclipse last year's point totals as well. Probably won't reach 30. I'm liking how Nate Schmidt's playing, just gushing over him. And like I said, we'll move on from Cole, even though we rely on Cole so much. But Nate Schmidt is going to fill in that role of Cole. And Cole, look, yeah, 15 points. Last year he had 17 points. So in like 30 less games played, he's almost eclipsed that as well. Great job there. I also want to talk about Cole Bagley. Remember that court case about how the Utah Mammoth and the Mammoth hockey bag were having disputes over the name? It was all over Reddit when the court hearing was going on, and everyone was dunking on the Utah Mammoth, like, "Oh, look, you can't take the Coyotes out of the Utah Mammoth. They're gonna lose a name. They're gonna have to rebrand." But the court decided that the Utah Mammoth can continue to use the Mammoth name and logo. And I'm pretty sure you could read it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. You should give Cole Bagley and KSL Sports the click on the website. But I haven't seen this on Reddit. So you might have to post it on Reddit. And I might do that right now. But one of the reasons why they said they continue to use it, because of right here. Despite originally supporting the Utah Mammoth name publicly, so because they publicly supported the Utah Mammoth name and then try to change their tune and try to sue them and get more money, it became a wash. It was pretty muddied after doing that. But I have not seen this on the general hockey Reddit, and which makes me a little bit, everyone was dunking on the Utah Mammoths, trying to get their kicks in when Utah was down about the court case, but and then no one posts that they can continue to use the name. So I'm gonna do that right now. Again, might be terrible TV. Maybe I won't do it right now. Maybe I'll do it at the end. But it'd be fun to see like, oh, is anyone commenting on the thread and this and that? You got to be the change you want to see in the world, folks. So let's submit a new post. It's been a while since I've done this. And let's give Cole Bagley some clicks. Let's give him some clicks. Okay, did not copy that. This is how you post on Reddit, by the way. And then you have to copy the title. You can't editorialize use of branding after court denies. Yeah, that's a good title. I'm for sure gonna this thread is for sure gonna get deleted. Just my luck. And then that's it. Yeah, I think we just post it. Go upvote it. Let's see. No one's gonna care. When it's good news, no one cares. It's when you have a chance to dunk on a team, that's when people care. Yeah, let's look at the standings. I also want to look at goal differential because it is hilarious. No, Western Conference. We won't count the top three in the Central. That is just ridiculous elite teams. But look at this, plus 14, the Utah Mammoth, obviously being padded by that Leafs win last night, 6-1. The Islanders 7-2 victory. They beat Anaheim 7-0 in December. Was that early January? I think that was December when they called up Daniel Boots. But look at the Sharks, negative 19, and they're in the second wild card spot. Unbelievable. Even the Kraken are at -5. You have to be positive differential to make the playoffs. If you look at the East, they're all positive. Barely the Red Wings are holding on. But even at least +4, Boston +9. Surprisingly, on a 4-game win streak. Yeah. Look at this, -20 for New Jersey. Not looking good. But yeah, great stuff by the Mavs. Even if you look at the Predators, -22, and they're 1 point behind a playoff spot, 2 points behind the Mammoth. It's like we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this live, which is this graphic, and you could already see how low the San Jose Sharks are analytically 5-on-5 and just being carried. Even Seattle's there too. Yeah, we'll do a deep dive on that, but just want to show how great the Mammoth are, being plus 14. When is Cooley coming back? Well, someone had a message retracted. It's okay. Okay. It's freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. But when is Cooley coming back? There's no timeline. There a lot of people are saying after the Olympics. I doubt they're going to rush him before the Olympics, and the team's playing really well without Cooley. But yeah, obviously the sooner the better. But honestly, I think I just want him fully healthy. I want him 100% and getting some good reps in, a lot of practice time before joining the lineup. Because if he's able to join at 100% and provide what he was providing when he got injured, like immediately, like hits the runway running, like this could be a dangerous team. And it's great how in this live, it's like playoffs are could be a thing and are a thing, whereas the last live is a bit of a seesaw, unsure whether they will make the playoffs. It seems like every week they just change hands. Like they were flirting with below 500, and now they're 3 games above NHL 500. And we'll look at power rankings, see what other people think of the Utah Mammoth. This is from TSN by Sports Logic, which is like one of the number one NHL analytic organizations. This was taken January 7th, so a week ago. Come on, a week ago. Mammoth have been doing so good since then. But we'll see where they put him. What do you think the very top of Gunther careers looks like? That's what the message retracted was. What do you think the very top of Gunther's career could look like? Well, let's take a look. I think it's 40 goals. I think the top of Gunther's career is 40 goals. He's already at 23 goals at 47 games played. Like he's not at his peak just yet. He's going to turn 23 in April. I'll be sure a birthday month. But yeah, he's only 23. Like we Keller reached his peak. He's still sort of in his peak. He had a little rough start to the season, but Keller's been playing really well. Like 27 is like peak. 26 to 26 to 30, maybe 25 to 29 is like a player's peak. But look at these paces. 27 goals in 70 games last year, and he's 4 goals away from eclipsing last year's. This guy is just on an incredible pace, man. He's getting better every single season. Again, with him, I thought he started out pretty slow, but ever since Cooley went down with an injury, he sort of like unlocked that extra gear. He knew he had to be the guy. And so maybe that gave him a lot more confidence, knowing he needs to be the guy. This is funny. 1660. That's funny. Just put 17 minutes. But yeah, that's what I think Gunther's career high is 40 goals. Carbosh Channel. Do you have plans to go to the 2027 Winter Classic? Yes. I'm going to buy tickets. I'm gambling here. I'm going to buy ticket. A, it supports the team, and B, I really want to go. I think the backdrop, the landscape, just the cinematics of it, like the mountains surrounding that football field, that's going to be like peak Utah watching hockey. That's the best you can get. I'll try and fit in a Delta Center game as well, but I'll gamble with life. I'll buy the tickets, see where life is in January, and see if I can make it. But I hope I do. But you never know what life is going to throw at you. But that's my plan. My plan is to buy the tickets. And if not, I'm sure one of you would happily buy a ticket, or someone on Discord, on Twitter would buy a ticket for me, market price, maybe give them a little bit of a deal. But for sure, I'll buy a ticket and just hope for the best after that. Let's get back to the power rankings. I know this one's a week old, but I think the Mammoth should be around 18. I think in power rankings, the Mammoth should be like an 18th ranked squad. 7. Well, some people do power rankings very differently. Like if Utah was hot a week ago, which they were, wow, yeah, 7 is really high. What are these people smoking? That's sports logic. Man, who do they got at the bottom? Yeah, this makes sense. Nashville's pretty low. San Jose at 21. No one believes in San Jose. Seattle 18. Go to the teams we're battling with. I'm surprised Utah's this high. I'm never trusting sports logic ever again. Let's go to Roto Baller 2 days ago, so more recent. I'm still gonna say 18. I feel like Utah's a good power ranking of 18 right now. Okay. At Columbus 29, even though we lost to them. Anaheim fell off hard. Not sure what happened. I thought Quenneville was a godsend in terms of coaching for them. They had a hot start to the season, but they've just been falling off. Car Wash Channel. I'm going to the Winter Classic. I'm excited. It's in Utah, and I'm from Utah. Well, maybe I'll see you there. Car Wash Channel. I love I love that username. Wesley again. Do you think they are buyers at the deadline or just status quo? For me, I want them to be status quo. I do not want Utah to buy for a number of reasons. One, you're not going far, and your first round pick will probably be around what, between fif 15 to 18 in terms of drafting. And I don't like how this season's gone. Even though like we all said they'd be battling for fourth in the Central, they'll be battling for a wild card spot. I just feel like it hasn't gone the way I wanted to. Too much up and down, up and down. Finally, they might be figuring it out. You know, last year, right after the Four Nations, they figured it out. From Four Nations to the end of the season, they were playing consistent Utah Hockey Club hockey. But now they're in a groove right now. The schedule is favoring them. They're at home. They have rest, 7 game homestand. But I really don't think you start trading for rentals this year. I want them to make the playoffs, and they should make the playoffs with the players they have right now in their locker room. I think Logan Cooley is going to be that trade deadline acquisition where you just inject Cooley into a lineup that's got it now. Like they understand how they need to play. They're consistently playing that way, and then you inject in Cooley. I think that is the big um, trade deadline acquisition for the team. And then you still got to wonder what they're going to do with Schmaltz. Like we don't know the talks Bill Armstrong is having with Schmaltz's agent. Like if Bill Armstrong truly feels Schmaltz is going to walk away or they're not going to give what Schmaltz wants, there might have to be a trade, like a lateral trade of Schmaltz, which is going to blindside me. But that could be a trade deadline trade. But I don't want them to sell. I really don't. If they do get the 18 pick, who do you think they should draft? I haven't even looked at the drafts, and you're talking about the 18th pick. I could tell you what position they should draft, either a puck moving defenseman or actually no, I want them to draft a puck moving defenseman or like a sniper, a pure sniper who doesn't play defense. I feel like you should draft them. Like it's been enough now. You should just draft someone who is a pure sniper, probably doesn't play defense with your 18th pick, and like a puck moving defenseman in our pipeline is like very slim. Like I don't even know who to say is a puck moving defenseman in our system. Obviously, right now Dersey, but in the prospects, like I would say Duda, but he's not getting called up, and I don't hear much about him. And Ludwig Jonsson on Switzerland, I watched a game and some highlights of him. He's a small statured puck moving guy, but other than that, I don't even know if they have a puck moving D man in their pipeline. Are we gonna get to Utah? Come on, 18. Give me 18. Nashville, 21. Last week they were 29. Wow, that's low. They ranked them really low last week. The Mammoth have had a lengthy streak of inconsistent play and appear to have broken out of their slump. Yeah, I agree. This was the Rangers game, Senators and Blues. Yeah, I feel like 21's a bit low. Who's ahead of them though? LA. They have San Jose at 19 and Seattle. Okay. Let's go to the true power rankings of Money Puck. Uh, if anyone's got me, it's Money Puck. I'm sure they'll have the Mammoth at 18. 13. Look at that. 13. What are these numbers? Power score. No idea what that is. Ability to win, scoring chances, and goaltending. These are odd metrics. But yeah, it looks like Utah. I don't even know what these numbers mean. I know deep blue means good and white means bad. So they're getting bad goaltending, obviously, earlier in the season. Yeah, look at that. Utah 13, where they have San Jose. Oh boy. How is San Jose still hanging on? Every single analytic model just hates San Jose. I think I'm like the number one San Jose hater, just praying for, hoping for their downfall. But they got Seattle pretty high at 20, and right there with LA. Man, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be an awesome fight for the playoffs. I'll do a playoff video while I'm away as well. I usually do like a does our team deserve to make the playoffs video, and you kind of like compare Utah to the rest of the teams battling for a spot. Good job, Money Puck. Then we'll look at playoff odds. They usually had a better picture. Do they have that pie chart? Yeah, here we go. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let me zoom out. It's 60%. 60% for Utah. Wow, that's really high. Well, I'm pretty sure like the last time I looked at this, it was like 40 or 35. San Jose 34, Seattle 66. So is Utah even making the playoffs? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they do. They do make the playoffs. Do they? Yeah, because Seattle takes third spot in the Pacific. Man, 60%, that's really high. Really high. What else we got here? Standings. How Utah's been doing. I feel good. Like when Utah's playing well, I like looking at this stuff. When they're playing bad, I do not like looking at this. You can see this whole bunch up of the lower Central Division teams, and just you can see that up and down for Utah, but they're picking it up. Look at this streak right here. Good job. Nationals turned it around as well. You can't look away this season. Can't look away. I wonder how that post is doing. For sure, it got removed. Oh, well, I got 10 upvotes. No comments. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay. So we're already gonna get to the meat and the potatoes of the live stream. Okay, zoom out. So I finally found it on this website, hockeystats.com. It's very convoluted. I did figure it out. You go to dashboards and you go to Stats Central. Who could have known? And then you have it all here, these nice, simple little charts that are so easy to read, so fun to look at. The color grading is perfect. And you got expected goals for percentage, expected goals for per 60, expected goals against per 60, finishing. That's going to be a big one. Goaltending. We have a lot to go through. Well, the last few are like cup percentage. We probably won't talk about that much. But yeah, Utah Mammoth top five in the league in expected goals for percentage, which is when teams are playing 5-on-5, is Utah expected to score goals and how much more than the other team are they expected to score goals? And it's a share. So if Utah's playing 5-on-5 on the ice, 54% of the time they're expected to score. And obviously the other team has 46% of the goals for share. I mean, that was on full display against the Leafs. And to make sure I'm not lying here, because that expected goals stat from the Leafs game was insane. It was 5.5. Money Puck had a different one, but here we go. Full report. Look at this, 5.5 expected goals for, and they scored 6, 5-on-5. Unbelievable. Was not making that up at all. And Toronto only had 1.8 expected goals for, and then that was the highest this season. Where is it? 5.48. So if you scroll up and look at this number in this column, it's like always in the twos and the ones. And then it reaches 4-3 against the Rangers game. Wow. And then 4-3, the Sabres game. And then where's 4? Yeah, 4 against Minnesota, October 25th. So that was their best 5-on-5 game last night against the Leafs. Let's get back to that stats page. So you can see obviously San Jose down at the bottom, Seattle down at the bottom, and we're battling with Seattle. LA lower. There's a big gap, 54 to 53, 1.3%. But like Ottawa is a good analytical team, but they're getting decimated by bad goaltending. So we were too. Finishing and goaltending was Utah Mammoth's problem, but it seems like they're turning it around. So let's go to goals for per 60. We should try and guess where Utah would be. I mean, I would think they're top five again, top three. So per 60 minutes of 5-on-5 game time, Utah's top three in the league in 5-on-5 expected goals. Look at the Avalanche. They're in a realm on their own. A 3% increase from 1 to 2. And even here, almost half a goal. And but like Carolina, the Avalanche, they're really good 5-on-5. They're really good hockey teams. And Tampa Bay is doing really well as well. So let's go back here. Again, you see San Jose and Seattle down in the dumps, and yet they're like tied with the Utah Mammoth. Does Seattle even have good goaltending? Like, who's their goaltenders? Grubauer still? And Decord, I guess. Decord's a good young player. Okay, goals against per 60. Expected goals against per 60. I mean, this is all good coaching. Sixth in the league. Oh, the Kings are really high. I mean, Kings have always been known for great defense. They just can't score. It's been their issue for like decades. Always winning games like 2-1. Man, those Coyote and Kings teams in the early 2010s just love those 2-1 games, 3-2 games. San Jose always at the bottom. The Avalanche, eighth expected goals against. The lower, obviously, the better. And Ottawa, like top three. Where are they in the standings? Aren't they like last place? Make it make sense. Yeah, well, they're 3 points behind the Mammoth, but third last in the East. They got to get it going. They have good analytics, and this is good expected goals against. So let's see what else is telling. Finishing, I expect Utah to be average. I think 16th in the league, 15th. 15. Look at the Leafs, man. The Leafs know how to score. Like they score at will, which is why I was like not comfortable at all last night until we scored the fifth goal. And then I knew the game was actually over. Like when they scored that first goal in the third period, like 3 minutes in, I was like, okay, this is gonna turn bad. But thankfully they were able to pull it out. Obviously some luck. They got a post. Van stood tall. But man, they know how to put puck in net. And Utah 15th doesn't know how to put puck in net. And San Jose, that's why they're so high in the standings. They know how to put puck in the net. And a team like Chicago, bad analytics, but they know how to score. Like knowing how to score, I don't know how you teach that. Look at New Jersey. Holy. They're like negative -9 to the next team. That is atrocious. Isn't Sheldon Keefe like a good offensive coach? Oh, this is goals scored above expected. So yeah, we know that. Like Utah's expected to score a lot of goals, but they don't actually score in reality. I wish we could live in this analytic world. Okay. Oh, there's so many comments. Thanks for the videos and live streams as always. Thank you, Reese Johnson. Coyotes, if they are able to make the playoffs, do you think they would have a chance to move forward within the playoffs? In the Pacific, they got to get in the Pacific bracket. I am so comfortable with the Pacific. Well, only Vegas. Let's look at the standings. If they face Edmonton, they'll lose. Like for some reason, Andre Tourigny has just had really bad luck against the Edmonton Oilers. But I think against Vegas, that would be a great series. Like shit, Vegas has shaky goaltending. I know I'm an Aiden Hill fan, but they have Carter Hart, who's like having injuries and is inconsistent. Kira Schmid, who's like an unknown goalie, he's been doing pretty well. Is Aiden Hill even playing? Why do I feel like he hasn't played this year? Should I go hockey DB? I hate hockey DB. Hey, he's only played 5 games. Oh wow, Hill's not even playing. So it's a Schmid guy. What is this? This is why I hate hockey DB. 13, 4, and 5. So I guess Carter Hart is like playing a lot. I thought he was injured. 5, 3, and 3. Yeah, so it's more Schmid. I am very comfortable if Utah plays Vegas. Like I said, if they play Edmonton, it'll be like facing Colorado. It'll be a wash. Hopefully, just get one win and then try to push most of the games to 1 or 2 goal deficit. Maybe push an overtime, but I have no hopes for the Central. Even though they play Colorado well, like they show up for the Avalanche, but once the Avalanche are in the playoffs, it's a whole different beast. Like they won't play like they do in the regular season. Like they'll unlock another gear for sure. But the Mammoth, their best chances to advance would be getting in that Pacific bracket, and hopefully Vegas finishes first. in the Pacific, and then Utah has to finish in the first wild card, and then they'll get into the Pacific bracket. The second wild card, the last spot, will for sure have to face the Avalanche. Let's get back to this. Goaltending. I should have guessed first. I would have said league average, but they're actually top 10, which I did not expect. Vemelka's turned it around, man. Vemelka has turned it around, and he's still leading the league in wins, eh? Yeah. I mean, I saw this morning. He was at 21 wins. Yeah. And it's starting to like be a little bit more before it was funny because Vemelka played like 10 games more than Wedgwood, but now it's starting to shrink a little bit. He's only 7 games, but now he's two wins above Wedgwood. So yeah, great. Vemelka's really stood like this is great goaltending numbers. 21 and 11, a 900 save percentage, 258. These are elite. The one thing that's been on my mind bugging me is like in both the Utah seasons, Bill Armstrong failed to get a competent backup. I know we all expected Ingram to be that backup, and I wished to and hoped to and thought he was going to be. I loved Ingram. I thought Ingram was better than Vimelka going into the hockey club season. But then, yeah, unfortunately for Ingram to have that turbulent season, and now he's with Edmonton. And then Bill Armstrong, like, I guess he waited too long, or maybe he was trying to go after another goalie and didn't acquire him. So he's left with Vanacek, who, some games he looks pretty rough. But remember that rumor that in the offseason, the Mammoth are trying to sign Michael Horrible, the number one goaltending prospect. Maybe there was truth to that. They knew that he wasn't comfortable with Vanacek and Vamelka, so maybe he was trying to get Horrible in the system. So if Vanacek fails, they can call up Horrible. We've seen young goaltenders in this season, like Devin Cooley on Calgary, some other young goaltenders. So it would have been possible for Horrible to come in and play better than Vanacek. So maybe that's Bill Armstrong was hoping, like, hey, Vanacek and Hurriball, I'm comfortable with that. And then Hurriball decide, you know what, I'm going to go back one more year, and now he should sign this upcoming offseason. Let's go back to goaltending. The Islanders, Sorokin. Yeah, here's Seattle with who are their goaltenders? Grubauer and Decord. I should have just went here. I hate hockey DB. Never go to hockey DB. So look, it's perfectly laid out, everything you want. So Decord, oh, Grubauer, take it easy. 924. But he's played less than Decord. That's strange. It's really strange. And then yeah, so Seattle's got good goaltending. San Jose, where's San Jose? Oh, San Jose just being carried by Celebrini. That's ridiculous, man. Okay. Goal differential above expected. Okay, Utah 12th. So not really. This is all situations. Was the goaltending 5-on-5? No, all situations. Okay. Okay, I'm not really sure. Like goal differential above expected. So they're expected to be a certain thing, and this is in reality how above they are that certain thing. Yeah, Utah's got a pretty inflated goal differential. I already showed that with their like 3 or 4 blowout wins. And then when they lose, they only lose by 1 goal. So that's whereas other teams, like most teams get blown out. Like we're lucky Utah has yet to be blown out, or it's been a while. I can't even remember. Like the most blowout game is probably like a 5-2 loss or something. And we could go to playoff odds. Where do they have the Mammoth? 72? That is really high. Money Puck had 60. Why is this huge gap? 93 to 72. There's San Jose. Where's Seattle? 24. LA. Where's LA? 71. Okay. It's insanely high. We're going to look at cup odds. Oh, the person who runs this site has to be a Utah fan. This is so dumb. Yeah, whatever. It's 3%. Projected points, 90 points. Does that make the playoffs? Central, Avalanche, Dallas, Minnesota, Pacific, Vegas, Edmonton, LA. So that's a wild card spot. Okay. This is there's some other great stats here. I know I showed it in my previous live, but obviously it's updated. So we could look at Utah. What is this? This is not what I wanted. This is how confusing this website is. You could look at this website like almost every day and still don't know how to navigate it. Here we go. No, no, this is not it. Bad TV. Is it this? Here we go. Well, we looked at all this, but we didn't look at like Corsi. Corsi and Fenwick, I want to look at. So those are like shot attempts. So shot attempts for versus against. You always want to be in this quadrant. This is why I love this site. Like so clean, so easy to read. Just loving these sites. So these are shot attempts for versus against 5 on 5 per 60. And like always, just any analytics, Utah is like really high, top five. And Ottawa's always there too. I remember last live, I said Tampa was going to be better than what they were, and they went on like an 8 game win streak. I remember. I remember. Thoughts on goal. Thoughts on goal for versus against. Man, I really do think they're figuring it out. I hope the bottom doesn't fall out of them. I just hope the way they've been playing the past 5 games, they just need to stretch that for the rest of the season. It's a tall order. It's what, 30-ish games left, but they're really finding their groove. And it was a rough, turbulent 30 games from games 10 to 40. Like that was rough. Unblocked shots. This is Fenwick. Still offense, defense. Yeah. Yeah, it's always like the same teams. Like sooner or later, like even the top elite central teams, we never see them in the top five. Yet we always see them as elite. Like Dallas is so elite. They're so far ahead of where the Mammoth are. Yet all the analytics show that Utah's a better team. So let's get back. So I want to see what makes Dallas, Minnesota, and Colorado. Well, we know already Colorado's the top of every stat. But let's look at Dallas. Their average and expected goals. Same with Minnesota. Goals for per 60. Minnesota's high. So they're expected to score a lot. And where's Dallas? 21. Goals against. Are they good defensively? Dallas top 10. Minnesota terrible defensively in terms of expected goals. So maybe both teams know how to score and have good goaltending. That makes sense to me. So let's look at finishing. Yeah. Yeah. I swear I didn't remember this from the last time I looked at it, but yeah, Dallas second in the league in finishing. Minnesota. Why are they so low? Because they're just goaltending? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, goaltending. Mm. They probably have a good power play as well. Let's look at Minnesota. Who's their goalies? Wallstedt and Gustafson. Yes. Beautiful numbers. Beautiful numbers. Then what's Dallas, Ottinger, and DeSmith? That's a good tandem. Really good tandem. Ottinger, yeah, Vamelka's got like better numbers than Ottinger. Surprising. But DeSmith, really good, solid backup. That's a backup you need. Like imagine your backup was 10-3. Come on, what are we doing here? We'll look at their power plays as well. A lot of viewers, 22. That's way more than last time. I feel like this one's not as hyped. Like there's more viewers, but I feel like I'm not as hyped. So let's look at power play. I'm for Dallas 28 and Minnesota's high as well. Yeah, that's it. Good power play, good goaltending. Oh, here you go. Top three in the division. That's all you need to do. Do you need to play any? Do you need to be good at any other areas of hockey? Nope. Just good power play, good goaltending. Must be nice. Whereas Mammoth, we're struggling here. We're fighting for our life every single game. Man, PK. Mammoth have slipped. But you don't see Dallas or Minnesota here. Dallas 18, the Minnesota 22. Really surprised by that. I mean, we haven't seen Minnesota in so long. Uh, lineup. Okay. Who? Whomst? Who is this? That's a terrible center depth. I didn't know they were this. Do they have injuries? Eriksson Ek, yeah, yeah. Eriksson Ek is such a good player. Yeah, that's obviously who they're missing. I have no idea who Urov is. Ryan Harmon, give me a break. Ah, man, their defense is solid. Yeah, for sure they can score. Because look who they have. Hinestroza still playing. Oh man, Vinny. Some good memories of Vinny. All right, what else we got? I've been getting so many ads for NHL Edge, and I fiddled around with it a little bit, but I want to do some deep dives with you. They have they chosen to focus on some unique, like I don't know why they care about hardest shot, max skating speed, like skating distance. Like, do people care about how much people have skated? I don't even know what that tells you. Like if I told you oh, McDavid, total miles skated, McDavid, okay. Thomas Harley. Like they could skate a lot and they don't get tired. But yeah, there's some interesting stuff here. We'll look at the Utah Mammoth. Michael Bodker. Why did he pop up? So fourth in the league, the Mammoth are in total speed bursts over 22 miles an hour. And they're very like weird bands. Like, why choose 22 miles per hour? Why not 25 miles per hour or some other one? Then 90 plus mile per hour shots, they're 13th. And skating distance are 21st in the league. Like, this doesn't mean anything to me. Jeez, it doesn't even mean you're with the puck or not. This is an interesting graphic, shots on goal zone map. So we could see where Utah shoots the puck a lot. And they're like top 10, well, they're average in terms of mid-range shots. But they're very low in right in the crease shots, 41. So then we have zone time. They're 10th in the league in offensive zone percentage. That's great. And 10th in the least amount of time spent in the D zone. Utah's like well coached. High danger chances, they're slightly above average or above average. You got long range shots. You can deep dive as well. Here's hardest shot. Like, do I care about hardest shot? I don't. But it seems to be all Sergachev has all the 90 plus per hour shots. Crazy. Skating speed. This is like within a game. The fastest is Cooley. Where's that Gunther Rangers game? It's not even here. He was so fast in that game. Skating distance. I really, like they skated a lot against Columbus. That was like a track meet. I agree. Like that was such a seesaw battle where both teams trading momentum. So that kind of makes sense. Whereas the Leafs, it was like Utah was dominating, so they weren't skating back to their ends as much. Yeah, that sort of makes sense. Oh, we could actually deep dive a lot here. Let's get the chat. Okay, nothing in the chat. Okay. So shots on goal, Utah 11th, just absolute high danger. They're 11th, but they're ranked number 1 and 10, just outside of the crease area. We call that the house, but inside the crease, it's very low, which means like no one's really standing in front of the net. And that rings true. Like Hayden is like the only one that goes like literally next to the goaltender. Like no one really, maybe McBain. And then mid range is slightly more out, and their average here, top 10 on that side. I don't even. This isn't like by design. I think this is just by accident. And then long range, yeah, top 10 from that point, which is probably Sergachev there. Then could look at goals, all their goals, 145 goals scored by Utah. Where are they coming from? This is pretty interesting to me. And look how much top 10 there are. So top 10 is deep blue, and mountain blue is 11 to 16. So a lot, like look at this, high danger. Like even though again, right in front of the goaltender is low, which is bringing down their number, but like 58 right in the slot. That's like Nick Schmaltz's office. Just Utah is doing a really good job at finding those guys in the slot. Mid range, and long range, not too many goals from defensemen, so I don't expect them to be like a top 10 team here. Yeah, it's very interesting, I find. Shooting percentage, you can see how much of those high danger shots they can convert. There's some good data. Some data is like pointless. Some data is like, wow, this is actually really good. Just trying to see what I can do with these numbers. Like, obviously, Utah's shooting percentage is low. They don't know how to finish. They generate those chances. That's why they're expected to score so much. But in reality, in this 2026 timeline, they do not actually put those pucks in the net. But they're 13th in mid range. It's interesting. And again, like we're not scoring from the point much at all. We could see how they fare against top 10. We could do the high danger. 382. So but they're 10th in the league, I would say, in high danger shots on goal, which is good. But then you look at goals and they're not even near top 10 probably. Yeah, they're 10 goals out of top 10. And then shooting percentage is really low as well. 17 and a half. Yeah. Just I don't know how you teach. I don't, you can teach them to go to the spot, but you can't teach them how lethal your shot is. Okay, anything else? There's like individual players as well. Oh, zone time. We already looked at this. +3 shot attempt differential, 6 in the league. Okay, thank you. Thank you, NHL. Let's do even strength. 41. Yeah. Top 10. Yeah, we knew this already though. Power play. Okay. PK. That's crazy. On the PK, Carolina's has like 31% ozone time. That's ridiculous. What? You can go to individual players as well. Um, or you could do goalies. Try goalies. Save percentage, save locations. Oh, there's so much to go through. Is Vamelka anywhere here? So this is high danger save percentage. I guess we should just do 5 on 5. No. No Vamelka. Oh, here we go. Was it shot attempts 5 on 5? Well, Vamelka plays so many games, so obviously he'll have so many shot attempts. But you could actually just go to Vamelka, Vegmelker. Mhm. Yeah, this is interesting. Save percentage, but this is great. Like in terms of where shots are being taken, what is Vamelka's save percentage? Uh, it's hard to make. There's so many numbers. Now they're doing percentiles. So this 919 in the high slot, he's like high 90th percentile long range. There's the saves he's making. We can deep dive. Oh my god. So he's got a 667 when pucks. I mean, I agree. There's so many goals where it's on a rebound, and maybe it's because our defensemen aren't boxing out the player in the crease. Like a lot of goals are like a rebound in the crease, and the player gets his stick on it first and puts it right past Milka. So that sort of makes sense there for high danger. Mid range, pretty good, except for here. So that's low, probably because Jamelka is a different goaltender. He's right catching. So is this the right side of the ice or the left side of the ice? No one knows. Then from long range, it's pretty good. So saves, high danger saves. So even though he has a bad save percentage, 50th percentile, he has an 85 percentile saves. Well, that's because he's getting so many shots on get because he's played so many games. So that makes sense. Yeah, shot against 85th. Goals against is low. Yeah. So yeah, you see Grubauer there as a really good goaltender for high danger. Then we could pick a player, any player. Let's look at Keller. Okay. This is his shots on goal map. And look at this, 96 percentile. So the higher you are in these percentiles, the better. Like crazy how he's 96 in both ends of the ice. No, that's defensive zone. But offensive zone 96, almost 47%. Where's a deep dive? No one cares. Like shallow, like they have such good data in shot location, but skating speed and distance, like I don't know who would care about that. Okay, so this is shots on goal, Clayton Keller, shot map, 96 percentile in terms of shots on goal. High danger, would they be high? It's a bit lower, but yeah, he's never in the crease. We'll go to Hayden. We'll go to Hayden and see how many in the crease he is. A lot of mid-range shots. He loves to like do that perimeter circle around the ozone and just unleash shots around here. I can't. My voice is breaking a lot. And then goals. He doesn't have too many goals. 13 goals. And where are they all coming from? These are odd areas. You got 5 here in the slot. In the slot. Jeez. And then shooting percentage. I mean, goals makes more sense. Only one long range goal. So who has the most high danger goals? Tyler Bertuzzi? What? No way. I guess we could look at Gunther. But I want to see Hayden, how many shots he has right in front of the crease. There's a lot of bit talk about Hayden, people hating on Hayden. A lot of Hayden on Hayden. Nope, 4. There's egg on my face right there. Okay, let's go to Gunther. Gunther. Before we do, let's. How's our thread doing? 3 comments. Could win this? What? What is this guy on? I don't know. Good. Yep, this guy gets it. Get some easy upvotes. Let's get back here. Dylan Gunther, the gunslinger. Well, we could look at that Rangers game. They don't have the Rangers game. Well, this is top 10. Well, that's hardest shot. Dummy. Skating speed. Yeah. No, it was Mammoth at Rangers. No, I don't like that. There we go. There was a one. It was like a top skating distance game for him. That's what it was. Okay, let's go to shot locations. The 2 in the crease, 34 in the slot. Surprised? Well, I'm not. I know there's way more mid range than high danger because Gunther obviously likes to streak in the zone and unleash shots. Let's see where his goals are coming from. 8 in the slot. Wow. There's 2 here. I would have expected this to be more than 2. But 8 right there. Love to see that. I'm sure Schmaltz, yeah, obviously we have to look at Schmaltz. It's probably so high, right in that slot area. Yeah, 46. Well, that's shots. 95th percentile. Yeah. Let's look at goals. 11. Only 89th. I would expected it to be higher. But oh, that's a lot of his goals in one area. That is literally his office. It looks like a bib too. Maybe they should call it the bib. It's like the goalie's bib or the crease bib. Richard Vidal says, "Hey, Julian." Yes, and then he retracts his chat. So I saw it before you retracted it. Saw it. Thank you, Richard. What else can we look at? Let's kind of run down my notes there. Let's refresh this. How long have we been going for? An hour. I wanted to do an hour, so I'm at an hour and 2. We could look at someone else that's interesting. Let's look at Paterka. Seems to be some people underwhelmed with Paterka. Let's see what he's up to. Okay, shop location. He's an enigma. Yeah, I can't figure him out just yet. I like in those Buffalo highlights, I would have thought he would be like a Dylan Gunther, like how Gunther's playing this season, streaking down the wings, unleashing shots, but just not happening. High danger, pretty low, 57th percentile for a top 6 is pretty low. Like Schmaltz has 11 goals in this area, and Paterka has 20 shots in this area. So more of a mid-range shooter, 92nd percentile. That makes sense. Not too much long range. Where's his goals coming from? He's got 16 goals, like still a lot of goals. Sick. Doesn't he have 4 shots though? 20 shots. 20 shots, 6 goals. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, just an enigma. Can't really figure him out yet. I wonder if it's like the coach just not knowing how to deploy him. He's a new player. Like Turney's coached a bunch of these guys for like 5 seasons. Some of them like Keller, Kraus, Schmaltz, Hayden, Gunther, Cooley, 3 or 4 seasons, 3 seasons. Dursey, 3 seasons. So like when he gets a new player, like even Tanev, like Tanev was scratched for like 10 games. Like maybe it's because like Turney doesn't really know how to deploy them, not familiar with their game. Shooting percentage, high danger. 94th percentile. She's got a really high shooting percentage for high danger, but he doesn't shoot a lot in the high danger. So he's got to get to those areas. He's got a lethal shot there. So look at there's games going on right now, isn't there? See if there's any games that we care about. 5-0. I called it. Told you Ottawa's going to turn it around. I wonder if Allmark is back in Buffalo. Josh Doan? No. Oh, he got an assist, primary assist. Then we want the Golden Knights to win this game. So hopefully I wake up tomorrow and see the Kings lose. That'd be great. Yeah, I want to see is if Allmark is playing. No, Carolina. Reimer. Yeah, they they acquired Reimer because Allmark's still not ready. Unforked. Anything else at Money Puck? I want to look at Vimelka some more. Why not? Why not just look at Vimelka some more? Let's see. Resort by games played. You'll find Vimelka here. Let's see which categories he's deep blue. If you see deep blue, that means he's really good. So expected save percentage on unblocked shots, he's really good. Ice time, obviously. Percentage of shot attempts blocked by teammates. It's a lot. Does Utah lead the league? No, 18th. On ice goal percentage above expected. I don't want to scroll all the way down. He was negative 6%. So he's 21st in on ice goal percentage. Yeah. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I should just do team like Utah. We got to change it to Mammoth. I don't know what they're doing. But if you see deep blue, that means it's a good category. So high danger, unblocked, shot attempt, save percentage. New meta just dropped. And I want to look at players. It's been a while since I did any research. Like a lot of the holidays are busy. So let's look at I know Hayden. I want to prop up Hayden a little bit. So what do I know Hayden is good at? Um right here. Corsi and Fenwick. Are we 5-on-5? No. 5-on-5. Here we go. I know Hayden's gonna be top five. And we should do forwards. Okay, we'll do forwards. Here we go. Top five. Boom. And Daniel Boot's really high as well. So this is shot attempts, all shot attempts. So 5-on-5, when this player is on the ice, they have this shot attempt share. And look at Carconi, 58%. That is really high. And Fenwick is like Corsi, but only counts unblocked, whereas Corsi counts blocked. And Hayden top three. This is why people are wondering why Hayden's top six, playing in the top six. One, we don't have any other centers, but also he's good analytically, but he just can't put puck in it. Jeff Johnson, what's going on, dude? Is Hayden good at anything this year? Well, I just answered that. What is Hayden good at? Maybe we should just look at Hayden. Can we search players? See individual. What is this? Oh my God, no, that's too scary. So where's Hayden? So if you look at deep blue, let's follow this line. Okay, we'll start here. So deep blue, means he's good. So obviously we don't care about ice minutes and all that. So percent that's dumb. Penalty minutes, not good. Takeaways, I don't believe in takeaways and giveaways. I don't think stats track those well. Face up percentage, no. Expected goals per 60 minutes. Top five. That's what he's good at. Expected goals. Barrett Hayden in this multiverse timeline of expected goals and shot attempts, Corsi and Fenwick, he's the golden god. But in our timeline, he's unfortunately not. Let's see what else. Thoughts on goal per 60? No, Dylan Gunther, yeah, 10, sure. Um, anything else? What's he good at? High danger, unblocked shot attempts. Well, we already looked at Corsi, right? On ice goals percentage. So when he's on the ice, when Hayden's on the ice, are people scoring? No, he's ninth. But when Paterka's on the ice, wow, a lot of wow. Maybe this is why Turini put Boot and Paterka together because when they're on the ice, 62.5% of the time, they're scoring more than the other team. So that could make sense. Maybe they get some chemistry. Okay. What else is Hayden good at? I think he's good at on ice expected. Whenever it's expected, yeah, Hayden's top three. It's like clockwork. I think he's just having a down year, and he's cheap, and he plays center. That's why he's in the top six. And when Hayden's off the ice, it's not a good stat. Okay, where did Hayden go? Okay, Hayden's here. I should just do this. Easier. I don't know what Flurry adjusted is. On ice expected goals per 60. I'm sure Hayden is really high. He's not, well, sixth in the league. Daniel Boot. Is he going to turn into a Hayden where whenever he's on the ice, we're expected to score, but he doesn't actually score? Like Boot, I love his instincts of going to the slot, but he's got to convert. He's got to convert those chances. Can't be another Barrett Hayden on our hands. On ice shot attempts per 60. Laconian Boot again. Oh, maybe we should like lock up Carconi for like 3, 4 million for 4 years, 3 million for 4 years. That would be good. He's having a great year, great bounce back year. Hey, rebounds created. I remember looking at that last time. Expected rebounds created. Rebounds created above expected. I can't believe these are real metrics and stats. All right, I think we're nearing the end. Let's look at our little baby here. 6 comments. Hey, this guy got downvoted. Maybe this guy works for the Mammoth Hockey. This guy's going hard on the defense. Huge nuge. Huge nuge. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end it there. Thank you everyone for watching. This was great. A great, I would say my second live, and even though in the whole career of the channel, it's the fourth live. We got a comment from Jeff Johnson. Carconi has been a great effort guy this year. I'm here for it. We are all here for it. Um, let's look at his Puckpedia before we go, because I know he's making like $700,000. Yeah, he needs a raise. Send this video to Andre Tourney. Dude needs a raise. What is his career earnings? Does it show that? He's made $3.5 million. Let's bump that up. I'm good for a 3x3. Good for maybe 4 years by 3 million. but I think he deserves it. He plays awesome. He's a huge, big competitor, night in and night out. Just goes to the net, and he's finishing. I doubt he's ever going to reach 20 goals again, but I like this year, like way better, obviously way better than last year. I mean, look at these jumps. Goals for percentage, 4% jump. Corsi, 4% jump. Points per 60. Oh, it's almost the same, but he's playing a lot more this year compared to last year. So with that, thank you everyone for watching. Great seeing you guys in the chat. We'll go through the chatters. Thank you to Coyoters. Thank you to Wesley. Thank you to Car Wash Channel with the best name out of my subscribers. Reese Johnson, thank you. Richard, who retracted his chat. I see you. Thank you. And Jeff Johnson. And again, I'm sorry for not communicating when I'm going to go live. Maybe I'll try and be better next time. But I never really know when I'm going to do this until like a couple hours before when I have time. So thank you all for watching. Obviously, if you like what you see, spread the word. And as always, thank you for your support.